How's it going, folks? Welcome to part 3 of Podcast Episode 2. I know this is an absolute crazy amount of fantasy talk to be talking about, but I appreciate you sticking around because this one is a doozy. We will be talking about all things Winterfell. It is the 2026 Winterfell preseason update rankings, whatever you want to call it. That's what we're talking about here on the pod. So we'll break things down into a couple different segments. So this is all about things of our league, the Winterfell Fantasy League. So we got 12 teams in this league. It's a Dynasty league, played head-to-head points every week on Fantrax. So we're going to be talking about a lot of different things within the league. So we'll do a power rankings based mainly on projections by Fantrax on players and how well they will do or not do, which I created the other day. We will do best minor league system. We'll rate the trades. We'll rate the best off-season acquisitions or moves made. We got a bunch of different stuff. We're just talking about our fantasy league. And we'll also talk about some fantasy dark horses and go through the Bahds tier list that I made myself and put on Twitter for all to see. So let's first start off with a couple of the rankings. So we'll first start off with the Winterfell League rankings for, projections for each team, how well each team is going to do based on Fantrax projections. Are these necessarily accurate? Not really, but we will see just based on what Fantrax says, that who is, likely to win or be in the best position. So first, we'll start with the pitchers for the league. So we broke it up into 500 points, 400 points, 300 points, and we ranked every single team based on how many 500-point projected pitchers do they have, how many 400-point you get. So in the lead with 10 is Zane. He's got one 500-point, one 400-point, and 8 300-point pitchers to his credit. And, there's a reason why he's won the league already is because, he's absolutely loaded. I mean, Garrett Crochet, he's got multiple great closers, Edwin Diaz, Helsley. He's got guys in his IL right now that could be guys. It really is no wonder why Mans won the league and is slated among tops in the league for his pitchers. I mean, let's just go through it for the sake. And he also employs very much so the strat of let me just have a bajillion pitchers and absolutely no hitters. I mean, you look at his active roster, which is not kosher right now because he's got multiple guys in his IR slots that should be moved to active. I digress, but he literally doesn't have a utility slot right now, and that's how Bouchard was as well. They just loaded up on pitchers, and that's what has won them games, which if you want to say what's fair, what's not, I digress. I think every slot in the hitter slot should be filled, but that's just me. You look at, obviously, Garrett Crochet, number one fantasy pitcher. Sonny Gray would have been a 400-pointer, but projected to be a little bit less than that. But Brian Wu, Blake Snell, Trevor Rogers, a guy that we should have got who was on waivers, unfortunately. Hunter Green, Jacob deGrom, all just insanely good. Freddie Peralta, beast. And then he's got young guys, too. Connolly Early, Zebby Matthews, who we picked up off waivers, Braxton Ashcraft. I think he's going to be the first one to get cut off his team. I don't see him staying. He also has Jeremiah Estrada and Cole Sands. Probably going to get the cut for them, I would assume. And then he picked up Robert Stevenson as well because he assumes that Stevenson's going to be a closer for the Angels. He had Urseg as well, who was going to be another guy that could have gotten saves. I mean, he got some saves last year, but obviously Estevez is the man in Kansas City. Then he has Cabrera, Cutter Crawford, and Felix Bautista also in the IR slot. So he's got a ton of talent, and there's a reason why he's got the number one fantasy pitching staff in the league. So go down the list. Nick, also very talented. He's got the most 400-point projected pitchers with 3. He's got 8. of the top pitchers, based on points or whatever. Then going down the list, we got Mark, Bouchard, Tommy, Tyler, Joey, T-Flow, Travis, us, the Bahds at 5, and then Nate and Noah. So a bunch of us are tied for 5th. Obviously, we put us at the last because we don't have any 500 pointers or 400 pointers. So we get shafted and, and go to the bottom. A lot of it, I think, and again, these projections aren't always accurate because you have guys like a Joe Musgrove who is likely going to average in double digits but won't get to the 400-point mark or 300-point mark because there's injury concerns there, right? And same thing for guys on their team who could get to that point but won't because they're also hurt. So we will see. But this is how many are projected according to Fantrax. This is how we're going to rate our power rankings. So those are the pitchers for all the squads, right? Zane definitely one of the most talented. Now let's go to the hitters. So same kind of thing, 500, 400, 300. And number 1 is tied, a 3-way tie for hitters with Mark, us, and Zane with 13 apiece. So Mark, certainly the higher end. He has 1 500-pointer, 5 400-pointers, and then 7 300-pointers. Whereas we mainly have the 300-pointers and 3 400-pointers. Zane, 2 400s, 11 300s. Down the list, Bouchard with 11, Nick with 10, Tyler with 10, Tom with 10, Travis with 9, T-Flow with 8, Nate with 7, Joey with 7, and Noah with 6. So, still pretty close. I mean, a lot of them around like the 10 mark, but obviously us, we're tied with 13 apiece. I mean, Mark has a really talented hitting roster, and again, one of the reasons why he was in the ship and amongst the best. So, without further ado, let's get into the Winterfell League preseason power ranking. So, the number 1 team in the league power ranking is, no surprise, it's Zane. Zane, the number 1 team right now for good reason. I mean, just up and down the lineup. And things are going to change because as of right now, his roster is not legal. So he's got guys in IR who shouldn't be in IR. He's got guys, and they might be moved to IR. I mean, Jordan Westberg might be moved and things like that. But everyone on his roster, hitting-wise, is projected to get over 300. I mean, almost everybody. Spencer Horwitz, maybe not. Alvarez, maybe not. But he's got Roman Anthony and Kyle Tucker on his bench. So, and the thing is, too, you look at his hitters in the minor slots, and they're all amazing as well. For example, a guy like Kevin McGonigal, Jordan Lawler, Colt Emerson. I mean, he's got multiple, and we'll get into this later with the rankings, but he's got multiple guys who could debut this year as well. I think his pitching staff is going to get whittled down just by virtue of the roster limits, and he's going to have to cut a couple guys, bottom line, unless guys get put on the IL, which I doubt will happen. So I think Zebby's gone. I think Ashcraft's gone. Maybe Estrada, maybe Sands. I think they're all going to get Das Boot. So we will see. Maybe a trade happens. I don't know. We will see. Either way, that is the current. That's why Zane is the number 1 because he just has the top point getters in the league. I mean, Crochet, number 1 fantasy pitcher aside from Tarek Skubal, Cy Young guy. That's fine, but he just has so much depth and guys that are a little bit older too. A guy like Sonny Gray, 36, but still producing. 2 dominant closers in Edwin Diaz and Ryan Helsley, especially Diaz. And especially Diaz on the Dodgers is going to be absolutely unreal this year. But even a DeGrom, a guy that some of us didn't want to draft because he was too old and injury concerns, but he's been really good, really, really good for him. And in picking up a Trevor Rogers, that is something that we messed up on. And Rogers last year was unbelievable off waivers. And then he's just hit. Hunter Green hit. A couple of those other guys, Peralta, Snell, Wu. We knew they were going to be good. But, yeah, you look at his squad, and there's a lot of reason for excitement. Cabrera, now he's on the Cubs. That's going to be a lot more run support. He's going to get a lot more hits. Urseg, I don't know what he's going to do with him. But he's definitely decimated in terms of pitching minors guys. But we will see. So either way, Zane, he's the number one guy. Going down the list. The number two in the power rankings, that is, of course, no surprise, but Mark Newman's team. Looking at Mark's squad, I mean, Mark has the best hitting lineup in the league, aside from us, in my opinion. You got Salvia catcher, who's going to be good. He might retire in a couple of years, but I mean, he hit on Nick Kurtz, whereas we did not hit on a Christian Moore. You go down the list. I mean, hell, he's just every position, and all the positions where, like, let me just say, the position that has the least amount of talent, he's hit on everyone. Third base, Jose Ramirez, a 500-point guy. Junior Caminero, a 400-point guy. Alex Bregman, almost another 400-point guy. All third basemen. That is something that everyone in the league needs, and we do not have that, really. We don't have a pure third baseman. He has three of them. So that's a big reason. He also stole our dog, Ian Happ, a 300-point guy in the outfield who we should have kept that, and we did not. So, picking up a guy like Jorge Polanco has been solid. Alejandro Kirk, solid. And then he's traded. He's traded for a couple guys. Fortunately, now a little bit hurt, which we'll get to in a little bit. But Bo Bichette, traded for him. He's been solid as well. Ketel Marte, hit on him. That Kurtz draft pick was a fantastic one, might I add. So, Newman squad, a great squad hitting-wise. Now, pitching-wise, there are some questions. I'm not going to lie. He traded with Nick for Tanner Bybee. Didn't really like that trade, but, whatever. I mean, Bybee is a 300-point projected guy. Flaherty, not ideal, but still he still has pedigree. Shota, solid. I also didn't like that trade either. Lodolo, good. Joe Ryan, some injury concerns. Brandon Woodruff, absolute dog. We should have got that. And then, of course, he's made good moves in terms of relievers. Aroldis Chapman, beast. We had him. We lost him. That was a terrible choice. Griffin Jacks, he could be the guy in Tampa. They haven't labeled anyone yet, but that's the projection. Picking him up, that was a good call by him. Andres Munoz, a fantastic draft pick. We should have got that. 27, young, dominant closer for Seattle. That was a mistake that we didn't pick him. Dennis Santana, he's going to be the guy as well in Pittsburgh. And then you got Clevenger, who, if Jax doesn't work out, it's going to be Clevenger. And then Robert Garcia, who may or may not be the man in Texas. But then you got Corbin Burns, and again, same thing with Zane. Right now, roster not legal because he has Jacob Lopez, Seth Lugo, McClanahan, and Grayson Rodriguez all in the IR who will be needed to move, so someone's going to get dropped. I don't know who that will be for Mark's team, but it's going to be somebody. So these teams are going to look a lot different, but this is just right now as it stands that Mark is in this place. I would probably assume maybe Manzardo gets the clip, or maybe Yoshida for Boston. I don't know. But either way, as it stands, Mark, number 2 in the power rankings. Number 3 with 18 of the... Yes, so the number, I forgot to mention this. The number beside the power ranking, these aren't like votes for. This is just like how many 300-plus point projected players do you have on the squad. Zane has 23, far and away the most. Mark, 21. Bouchard with 18. So Bouchard and Nick both are tied with 8. Actually, well, to be clear, Bouchard, Nick, and us, we're all tied at 18. The reason why Bouchard gets Alec, I apologize, Alec, if you are offended that I call you Bouchard. It's just easier. The reason why Al gets the number 1 is because he has an absolute dog in Tarek Skubal. I mean, the number 1 fantasy pitcher in the league. So he's got Tarek Skubal. And again, same thing. I'll say it again, say it once. His team's going to look different. He's got Cole Reagans and Danny Palencia, both dogs, by the way. He's leading the Zane life of not having a corner infielder on his team. So And Cam Smith also not going to have infield eligibility, so he's going to have to move some guys. I don't know who he will, but he'll have to move someone because his roster is illegal right now. So Bouchard might be in the trade market here, which we'll have to see if he wants to come to bat. No pun intended. So you look at the squad. I mean, he's got Aaron Judge and he's got Terry Skubal. Those are 500-point guys. That automatically puts you in the number 3. That puts him above me, puts him above Nick. But you look down the squad, Langalier's a great pickup. We should have got that, should have kept that. Vlad, Mark Vientos, I don't love, but he's going to get more time now. Now that Bichette's gone and there's some infield flexibility there. Trey Turner, beast. Lau, solid. Cam Smith, he's okay. Dylan Cruz, another guy, okay. They're both young. So they might turn into something. Judge, goes without saying. White, Langford, Springer, Rooker, Augustin Ramirez, Jordan. Oh, my God. Don't get me started. Again, just an absolute murderer's row of a squad. Anthony Volpe, bum. I don't know why he's still on the team. He's hurt. He'll probably be on the IL, so you might move him. Tyler O'Neill hits bombs. He's not a bad guy to have, especially because he has outfield eligibility, but not ideal. But Bouchard has among tops in the league in terms of hitters. Going down to the pitching now. Joe Boyle, Hunter Brown, Glasnow, Ober, Kumar Rocker we picked up, Will Warren, Ryan Weathers, Gavin Williams, Kenley Jansen, Mason Miller, Barrios, Bradley, Luis Hill, Jacob Mizorowski, Chris Sale, School, and Reagan Spalencia, as I mentioned. He's also got Andrew Painter and Peyton Tolley on his, and Carlos Lagrange in his minor slots, who's, loaded. So you look up and down. I mean, again, his pitching is where it's at. He's got young guys as well as some old guys. Hunter Brown was a dog last year. You got Glasnow and Ober. Those are double-digit performers. Joe Boyle might be a guy. Gavin Williams was definitely entertaining. And Kenley Jansen and Mason Miller, they're gonna get save opportunities. Palencia as well. They're gonna get saves. There's a lot of question marks. I think there's guys that Bouchard could probably do without, like Taj Bradley. I mean, Taj Bradley he's gonna get starts now with all these injuries. I don't know if he's going to be good, but Chris Sale was dominant. Skubal, obviously, goes without saying, is a Cy Young winner. Mizorowski could be a guy. He had some bad starts. We'll see. I mean, he's got electric stuff, so he's certainly talented from a dynasty perspective. I don't know if I like Bouchard's pitchers as much, but he's got the best pitcher in the game, and Chris Sale, who's also really good. So Andrew Painter might come up soon as well. So I like it. I also don't like when guys' rosters are illegal. But we're ones to talk as well. So either way, Bouchard, number 3. Number 4 is our commish, Nick Beach. So Nick, as it stands right now, firstly, his number 1 guy is Shohei Ohtani. For good reason. He's the MVP of the league. You look up and down his roster, he's just got solid players. Not any guys that are going to be 400-pointers, but a lot of 300-point guys. Hunter Goodman, like that trade. Yandy Diaz, Turang, Arenado, who's going to bounce back. Corey Seager, Contreras, Colson Montgomery went off. Brendan Donovan, Nimmo, Varsho, Stanton, Christian Yelich, who had a really good bounce back here. Ivan Herrera is going to, projected to be good. You like his squad, hitting wise. They're solid. They're not egregious, but they're solid. Then you look on the, the pitching side, and that's where he's hit, right? Bubic, oh man, we should have got that. That was the guy we were looking at, but we went with Noah Cameron instead. Probably should have got Bubic because Bubic was, amongst the outside looking in for Kansas City. We should have got that. Evaldi's Ben Goody got hurt, but he was solid for Nick last year. Shohei is a pitcher. Also pretty solid. Emmett Sheehan involved in that trade with Mark. Projected to be good this year. We'll see. Framber, solid. Logan Webb, really good. And he had some guys who were mainly hurt last year. You know, Ronaldo, Bieber. You say Kikuchi was a guy. He wasn't like amazing, but you know, Tyone also solid. But then his main bread and butter was Pete Fairbanks and Jeff Hoffman, who both got saves. So there are some question marks for Nick's team as well. That being Paul Sewald, Mark Leiter Jr., Brian Abreu, and Kirby Yates. Are they going to be the guys from the pen? We don't know. There's been rumor that Sewald could be the man. I don't know. Either way, Nick, 3 players over. So he might have to get rid of a couple of his arms, maybe even a bat. That is if Ha-Sung Kim and some of these other guys don't go on IL. So we'll see. But I think because of Nick's like top end pitching, that's why he is number 3. Or sorry, excuse me, number 4. My apologies. Number 5, of course, who else but the Bahds. So for our squad, I mean, I didn't want to put us as higher than those guys just because we have so much question marks defensively with our pitching. I mean, you look at our offense, and we got, again, we're tops in the league for a reason. Top down, I mean, we got multiple 300 guys. Rarely do we have a guy under 300, and if so, it's not by much. So, like a Marcus Semien, 292. Andy Paz, 294. Spencer Steer, 291, right? So, and even then we were thinking about dropping him. So, all these guys, they're going to get over 300 points. I mean, I like our guys. We're young. We do have some old guys. Freddie Freeman, Marcus Semien, 35. Christian Walker, 34. You know, Schwarber, yeah, he's 32, but he's still got good years left. Again, we got guys that can do it all. We got outfielders that are going to score points and going to play games. The question is with the bottom of the lineup, right? So we got the minors eligibility for Christian Moore, which, yay, we don't have to put him in the active anymore, right? But it's Steer, Campbell, Williams, and that's the question. If Williams goes to AAA, that'll be our best case scenario, so we can keep him in waiting until he, you know, gets brought back up, and then we bring him back up, right? Campbell and Steer. So Steer, I mean, with Sal Stewart emerging, and I mean, Andujar left, so there is open space at the DH, but there's questions with Steer. Is he going to get platooned? Is he going to be an everyday left fielder? He was hurt last year with a quad. Maybe he comes back. I don't know. Campbell, he's short in the swing. Oh my God, I love this kid. Like he gives me goosies, you know. I love Christian Campbell. I mean, obviously, I love Christian Campbell. So Campbell and Williams, 2 guys that we can't give up. They're just too highly rated right now. Moore as well, but Moore is in our minors, obviously. So we'll see. But I like our guys. I mean, Contreras, Young, obviously Drake Baldwin, Geraldo Perdomo, a 400-point guy. I think we have a lot of guys that hit homers that get on base. They might strike out a lot. They will, like a Willie Adames, a Christian Walker, Byron Buxton. They like decay. Schwarber loves decay. Pajas loves decay. All these guys love to strike out, but they get homers and extra base hits and RBIs, and that's what matters to me because that scores points. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with them. But I like all of our hitters. I don't think they're really. I mean, Ernie Clement might be a weakness, but he was absolutely insane in the postseason. I mean, he set the record for most hits. So the guy can hit, and it's just where is he going to play? He has eligibility at third base, so we will keep him there. But we might need a legit third baseman. That's why I want to kind of, we might need to focus on third base soon. We'll see. Anyway, looking at our pitchers, we had guys that definitely overperformed last year, that being a Matt Boyd, guy that was consistently good. We'll see if he does it again. I don't know. He's getting up there. He's 35 now. But we had guys underperform too. I mean, guys that were supposed to be our cornerstones. Spencer Strider, awful. I mean, he's coming off injury too, but played like trash. Aaron Nola especially was supposed to be the guy, and he was just terrible. I mean, he was a double-digit performer, and then last year he was awful. So there's him. Noah Cameron, Lucas Giolito, Davey Peterson, Nick Pivetta, Michael Wacha. So And Joe Musgrove, so again, we've talked about it before. Grant Holmes, Joe Musgrove coming off IR, like they're going to be in the mix. Justin Steele, once he gets ready. Troy Melton, he was our long relief guy. Again, minors guy that we're hoping gets down to AAA so that we can open up a slot. We don't have to drop anybody, except for a minors guy. So, Gio, I liked. I mean, at the time, we needed to make a push to the postseason. We needed an arm. So we traded Cam Schlittler, which at this point I'm very much so regretting because we got rid of a lot. I'm hoping Gio gets signed to a good team and that we can thank our lucky stars that we got him. But, Gio got us like a 30-point performance, which gave us a win. So, like, I don't fully regret it. I think we did lose out on it just from a dynasty perspective, but it is what it is. We tried to make a move, and Gio's still 31, so we'll see. I like our squad. I mean, Canning, I think, could be a guy. He plays for the Pods as well, so that's always fun. The Jason Adam McGreevy trade, we'll get to that in a little bit. But we got Taylor Rogers, Jojo Romero, Carlos Estevez trade we'll get to. So we got a couple guys. I mean, Estevez will get saves. That will happen. That's our one saving grace, no pun intended. But we need guys who can close. I don't know if Jojo Romero is going to be the guy, but we'll see. We did pick up Justin Martinez and AJ Puck, who hopefully they'll get saves when they come back because they're on IL right now. We'll see. We don't know. Either way, Foster Griffin and Cody Ponce. Cody Ponce is potentially could be legit. He could be the guy in Toronto. From the KBO, he was MVP, one of the best pitchers in the league. So we will see. Clayton Beater, the guy that could be the closer. I mean, he had a couple saves at the end of last year for Washington. He's in our minor slot, so it gives us an extra spot. We'll see if he makes a difference this year. So kind of a wait and see with us, but I like our potential, obviously. All right, now in sixth place, we're going to Team Tom and his 17-plus players. So it's kind of been where we've always been. It's been like us, Tommy, Tyler, Travis. Like all of us are kind of in that middle, right? We're not like tops in the league. We're not bottom. We're always competing for those last two spots in the playoffs, right? So you look at Tommy's squad, and there is definitely youth. There is definitely some guys who I would like to have. We got Matt Olson, Luke Keyshaw, who's going to be a beast. Michael Garcia, another third baseman, because we need a third baseman who can hit. Jacob Wilson, a guy that young and hit. Xavier Edwards, great. Cowser and Doyle, I like them. They can hit home runs. Will they be consistent and not K 150 times? I don't know. Duran, beast. Brian Reynolds, Ben solid. Mookie Betts, obviously great. Shortstop. Can play. Bogarts, he's going to get points. I don't love him as a player for the Padres, but he's a good fantasy guy. And Caglione, obviously, could be a guy. He's got Merrill on in his minors. He might have to bring him up here soon if he meets those thresholds. But we will see. Then you look at the pitchers. He's got a lot of good minors guys. Robert Gasser, Jack Perkins, a guy who was like kind of like a long relief kind of guy, but then started towards the end of the year and actually like won games. So like I liked Perky, but we dropped him because we just couldn't have him anymore. Grant Taylor, most likely going to be a starter. He was kind of a bullpen type guy, electric stuff for Chicago. I like him a lot, so he's got some aces. Tom has some aces in the hole. He also has McGill. He has a couple of I like his relievers. Unfortunately, he did get nerfed by some of these trades. So looking at his pitchers, Castillo, Cease, Gosman, Ray. Those are double-digit guys. Those are the guys he's going to lean on this year on his squad, right? Then you look at the bench slash, his relievers. Hader. Injury concerns right now. Likely he's going to be okay. He's been solid. Raisel Iglesias. He's going to be a 20-plus save guy for Atlanta. He'll be okay. He's on the squad. Then after that, there's some question marks. Victor Vodnik, some are saying he's the guy in Colorado. We'll see. He can throw gas. I don't know. Garrett Whitlock, Robert Suarez, who now got nerfed, so he's going to be an eighth inning guy. He'll still get good points. He'll get Ks. He won't get saves. Phil Maton. Those are kind of the relievers that are solid players, but I don't know if they're going to be closers, and they're likely going to get cut. We'll see. Then you have a Zach Allen, a Quinn Priester. Love Quinn Priester. Eduardo Rodriguez, who gets a ton of Ks, but does allow runs, does allow hits. Justin Verlander picked up, and a Zach Allen, who last year was not ideal. Dustin May also, and Trevor McGill, another guy who, is he going to be the closer? Is he going to be Uribe? We don't know. So either way, I like Tommy's team. But again, something's going to give come draft time when the rosters are going to have to be legalized. So we'll see. But that's why he is number 6. Number 7, just behind him is Tyler. So otherwise known as First Ranger. I like Tyler's squad. To be honest, I want to have him higher. But then you looked at the squad and was like, maybe not quite there. Looking at the hitters, Raleigh last year was a dog. I mean, MVP, right? MVP type guy. Will he do it again? Who knows? I think he'll still be good. I don't think he'll be as good. You got Harper, beast. Matt Chapman, solid. Luis Garcia, we all probably should have got that. We just didn't have enough room on our squad. Abrams, Bush, great, good fantasy players. O'Hearn, he's going to be solid, especially in Pittsburgh now. He's going to have way more playing time. Altuve, Dog, Acuna, hopefully he stays healthy for the Braves. Adele, Cruz, these are all guys with pop. Andrew Vaughn, who now is a new home. Alec Boehm, he's going to be good. And then you got Kobe Mayo, Josh Young, and Castellanos. Those 3 guys, I don't know about. I mean, I don't know. I don't know why they're still on his squad. But Trent Grisham, he hit homers. So, the offense has got some guys. He's got some talent. He also has amazing farm system. We'll get to that in a second. Then you look at the pitchers, and there's some good players, certainly. Christopher Sanchez, one of the top pitchers in the league. Yoshinobu Yamamoto, amazing. He's really gonna have another great year. So there's a lot of talent on Tyler's team. You got a Kyle Bradish, a Carlos Rodon, they're going to be solid. Ryan Walker, going to likely get saves for San Francisco. Chris Bassett, Brian Bayo, they're both, they're solid pitchers. Not going to win you the league per se. Brady Singer, I like that. We all should have got that. He was on waivers. Lou Severino, he might be something. Ryan Nelson, should have got that. Pepio, great. Soriano, another guy, former bod, we'd let him go. Guys in IR right now that, again, they're going to have to be moved. Kyle Finnegan, who got nerfed. I don't know if he's even really ownable at this point. Tyler McGill, hurt. Tanner Houck, hurt. Zach Eflin, healthy. Will he do anything? I don't know. And then Ginkel and O'Brien. Well, Riley O'Brien right now kind of hurt, but maybe he'll be okay. Parker Messick, love him. Bubba Chandler, love him. Micah Bell. All guys, AAA guys, top prospects. They're going to be players. So, reason why I have Tyler high, obviously he's got some good players, but I think really it's that minors team that or minors collection that pushes him over the top for sure. All right, rolling down the list. Number 8, we got Travis. So Travis's team, again. He's made some interesting moves, to say the least. Again, could be fine dynasty decisions. Again, I'm not here to poo-poo anything, but the Tyler Soderstrom trade, that was an interesting one. Letting go of Jordan. I don't know if that's something I would have done personally, but hey, maybe Sody's a guy. He's got eligibility at first base and outfield. That's valuable. Some people might like that. You look at his roster. Ben Rice, a really, really solid player, kind of future of the Yankees. I think a lot of people view him that way. Crone, fine. But, love Machado. Wish we could have Machado. Obviously, as Padres fans, everyone loves Machado. Austin Riley coming back might be a guy. Lawrence Butler, Michael Harris, Jung-Hoo Lee, a lot of solid outfielders. Caleb Durbin, who we should have kept that, but now Durbin in Boston, he's gonna be great. So maybe a little trade might be in order with our boy. A lot of third base depth for him. Connor Norby, I don't know if he's going to be a great third baseman in Miami. We'll see. Dalton Rushing among top prospect, so we'll see. No, like one guy that I really like. I mean, Manny's always going to be Manny. You can always rely on him to get you points. So I guess an underrated offense for Travis. For his defense, he's got David Bednar, our former guy, Sir Anthony Dominguez, our former guy, and Devin Williams, all guys that are going to be save getters. So that's solid. And he's got some good pitchers, some good starters. Max Fried, namely one of them. George Kirby, going to be both those guys are going to be anchors on this team. Mikey Burrows, as I mentioned, some are saying he could be a guy. Ranger Suarez, always a great fantasy pitcher. Zach Littell, he'll get you double digits. He's still a free agent right now. I don't know why. Someone's got to sign him. So once he comes back, Clay Holmes also good. Savali could be a guy. Brandon Pfaadt, we'll see. Kodai Senga, we'll also see. So there's a lot of potential. He's got a couple of Robbie Snelling and minors right now. We'll see if he becomes a guy. I don't know. Either way, I like Travis' team. Generally, I think there's some good pieces. Some fluff that I think could be cut. Namely a Zach McKinstry. But we will see. We will see. So Travis at number 8. All right, moving on. Number 9 is Tristan, otherwise known as T-Flow. So T-Flow's squad, it's so perplexing because he's got the highest of highs and then just the lowest of lows. Namely, Emmanuel Clase, a guy that might be going to prison. I don't know. He's still on the squad. I would keep him on the squad. Also, another guy who's going to have to get rid of some players now that players are healthy. So you got Josh Naylor, dog. Devers, dog. Crawford, solid. Luis Ariz is going to get points. Carlos Correa, a little bit underrated. Isaac Collins, my dog. Jackson Merrill. Juan Soto, 500-point guy. Should have got that. Should have drafted that. He's got some weird, again, Noelle Marte, who is going to be good, but will he play all the time? I don't know. Luis Angel Acuna, I don't know. Evan Carter. Ryan Mountcastle. Again, some young talent that could be good, but are they going to play? I don't know. Oh, he also has Ty France as his corner infielder. What are you doing? He's not even on the team, So, yeah, there's some stuff there. And granted, he has Cam Schlittler, which we all want, including myself. We want that back. But Logan Gilbert, one of the best fantasy pitchers in the league, and he's got some good closers. That's what he has going for him. Yohan Duran, Emilio Pagan, Cade Smith, dogs. They're just going to be dogs. So, also had Clase before he got hurt. So he has some of the best closers in the league. That's Tristan's, real claim to fame is having all these good closers. And then, he's got good pitching as well. Sasaki, we'll see. But he's got Michael King. We'll have to move up. Braxton Garrett could be a guy. Drew Rasmussen, Chad Patrick, Kate Horton, former top prospect. Camilo Duvall, Shane Smith, Schlittler, Perez. Logan Allen, I don't know why he's there. But, he's got some good guys. There's no denial. Unfortunately, Hurston Waldrep got hurt. He's going to be gone for the year. So he'll go in the IR. But, don't sleep on T-Flow. I think there's, again, get rid of Ty France, get rid of Mountcastle, and you could have yourself a team. But I don't know. We'll see what T-Flow does. I know he's not always as on top of things as we are. So, all right, number 10 is Nate Breckenridge, guy who I don't know personally, but he's in the league. We'll have to talk about him. Nate has Bobby Witt Jr., who is, again, a 500-point guy. We all wish we could have got that. Nate, to say he mismanages his team, I think is a bit of an understatement, all due respect. 4 minor slots not used right now is unacceptable. There's so many guys that could have been got that are top 100 guys. And you have a guy, sorry, not let me say you as I'm talking to you straight, but Nate, you got a guy on your team who isn't even on a team right now. He's a minor leaguer who isn't even claimed. Luar Burt, Arias, why do you have this guy still? He's not anybody. So I digress. But Nate has some good talent here or there. His team is also over the limit. But you look at his squad. Who do you like? You like a Gino Suarez, Bobby Witt, as I mentioned, Dansby Swanson, solid. Trevor Story, way overperformed. Rosarena, solid. Teoscar Hernandez, solid. Profar, you love that. He's got, again, the bottom lineup is weird. Carson Kelly, okay, I don't think you need 2 catchers there. Colby Thomas and John Rave, didn't need to bring him out of minors. Nolan Shonwell, who's fine. Hysun Kim, I mean he's gonna get more playtime this year with Kike going down. So we'll see. Max Muncy, solid. William Berry is solid. Maybe you could trade. I don't know. You also have Eggy in your minors. And Eggy's awful and also not in the Padres system anymore. So what are we doing here? Just some head-scratching things. You look at the rotation. Martinez could be a guy. You like Seymour. That was a good pickup. Minors guy. Merrill Kelly, solid. Christian Javier could be a guy. Then you have a collection of setup men for relievers like Brendan Little, Morahone, Luke Weaver, Edward Bazardo, which is a bizarre thing to do, is have those guys. I don't know why. Hey, maybe you think there could be things. That's like us having Jason Adam. Yeah, and probably going to have to drop Jason Adam. He's probably not going to be anything. We'll see. Kenzie Gore, he's solid. Irvin, Jack Leiter, Casey Mize, okay. Garrett Cole and Zach Wheeler, they're hurt, but they will be players this year. So those are 2, yes, great picks. But I don't know. They got that's the thing about Nate's team is he's got some really great dynasty forming players, and then just a bunch of garbage. And I just don't know. What are we doing here? You're wasting Bobby Witt's youth. Get some guys around him. I digress. Anyway, we're getting to the bottom now with our favorite team in the league, that being the unluckiest team in the league, Joseph Biederman. Joey's hilarious. We have this fake rivalry with him, and granted, he has pissed me off, namely. And it's fine. It's all fun and games, but look at his squad. As we've known, he's been the tank team. He's been the guy that focuses on youth, which isn't a horrible thing. That's why he's got Paul Skeens, but he's also made some pretty terrible trades, namely giving away Tarek Skubal for absolutely nothing. I digress. You look at his squad, Kyle Teal, he's going to be a guy. Vinny, Jace Mydroth, like him, Matt Shaw, it's been nerfed, but Jeremy Pena, Burleson, Neto, Rafaela, Jordy Beck, our former guy, Julio Rodriguez, James Wood, Adley Rutschman, all guys. But then you got a guy like Christian Encarnacion and Strand. Just cut your losses at this point, Joey. No need to have him anymore. Lourdes Gurriel and Gabby Moreno. Okay, I don't know. There's some dead weight. There's some definite dead weight. But he's got some good players in minors, obviously. Pitchers, that's where he shines. Andrew Abbott, dog. Chase Burns, going to be great. Mitch Keller, solid. Matthew Liberatore, I liked him. We traded him McGreevy for Jason Adam. He might be something. But then Paul Skeens, number 1 pitcher in the league by far. Matt Swanson, former Myers guy for St. Louis. I think that was a guy. But he's the most unlucky team in the league because he's got so many dudes who are injured. Randy Rodriguez, injured. Schwellenbach, injured. Reese Olson, injured. Jackson Jobe, injured. G.J. Hurst, injured. Hunter Domage, injured. Schwellenbach was supposed to be a key of his rotation, so he's gone now. He's going to get, Tommy John, whatever. But you look at his minor slots. He's got Jonah Tong, Wenninger, Hunter Barco, J.R. Ritchie, Quinn Matthews, who was supposed to be the key of the trade, whatever. Gage Jump, I like as well. So we'll see. I mean, Joey has more room. He could pick up more guys, and he probably is going to. We'll see what he does. But it's funny. I mean, the unluckiest team in the league has Paul Skeens and can't build around. And Chase Burns. Like, there's high-level players on the squad. He's just got to trim some of the fat. That's just the issue with Joey's team. I digress. All right, number 12 in the power rankings. That being Noah Simpson. So Noah's team isn't awful, but again, some of the fat must be trimmed. A Gunnar Henderson, dog, great fantasy dynasty player, right? Bryson Stott, all right. Cody Bellinger, solid, but he can't be put in first base anymore. Lennon Sosa, fine. Royce Lewis was supposed to be a guy, then he got hurt. I would have kept him still, too. Like, I don't disagree with that. Riley Green, great. Ramon Laureano, solid. Fernando Tatis, obviously a dog. And then he's got a collection, and then Luis Robert in his IR slot, who will most likely be a guy this year. But he's got a collection of guys that he should not really have. Josh Lowe, Wilmer Flores, Edward Julian, and Andres Jimenez. Steele Perez, Lars Nootbaar. Just these aren't guys that you should be having or even starting. And he also has 4 minor slots that are not open right now. That is, it's just so unacceptable in my opinion. But I digress. Whatever, it's your team. That's why you're number 12 right now. Sandy, great trade in my opinion. Sandy, I think, is going to be a guy. He's 30, but we'll see. Shane Baz, solid. Slade Ciccone, solid. Jesus Luzardo, he's a 400-point guy. Bryce Miller, I think he'll be a 300, 400-point guy as well. And you got Abner Uribe, who he kind of hit on last year in terms of closers. He still has Walker Buehler for some reason. Quintana, again, all these kind of random mid-pitchers that are still on the squad. He clearly has not looked at his roster all offseason because he still has John Means, who is in the minors right now. Why? He does have Trey Savage, who's going to be a dog. He's got some good prospects. But, yeah, I mean, this team is, employing Miles Michaelis on the squad, like, for why? Like, what are we doing here? Anyway, I digress. So, some hitters, and then some pitchers, but nothing really doing for Noah. Anyway, that's been your power rankings, folks. Just to go over it once again. Zane, Mark, Bouchard, Nick, Bahds, Tom, Tyler, Travis, T-Flow, Nate, Joey, and Noah. That has been your top 12. All right, now let's go on to the second ranking, that being the best minor league system in the league. And this was a lot of fun to look forward to. So what I did, again, kind of similar to the power rankings, the first one. In the parentheses, I have how many MLB Pipeline top 100 guys do these teams have? And I'll put them in the parentheses as well. The number one farm system by far in the league is Tyler's team. Absolute dogs. I mean, I noticed it a little bit last year, but I looked at it now and I'm like, dude, these are dogs. Jonathan Lawn, Joe Mack, Bryce Matthews, J.J. Weatherholt, Jet Williams, Dylan Beavers, Enrique Bradfield, Owen Casey, Justin Crawford, A.J. Ewing, Theo Gillen, Ryan Walshman. That is just a who's who of the top 100 right there. Cooper Ingle as well. Then Micah Bell, or Abel, whatever, how you pronounce the name. Bubba Chandler, Ben Hess, George Klassen, another guy, Parker Messick, TJ Nichols, Ryan Sloan. Like, these are all dogs. All dogs. So, that's the question. If all these guys make the majors this year, is he going to have enough room on the squad? So Tyler, in abundance of riches, that is how Joey's team should look. That is how Joey seems to look. But no, Tyler has the best minor league system. Number 2, unfortunately, is Bouchard. And, if Bouchard didn't already have enough great guys on his starters, he has even more in his minors, which is ever the more frustrating. So he has Samuel Basallo, dog, and he's likely going to be a guy for Baltimore this year. Michael Arroyo, good. He's got a lot of younger guys who are probably not going to debut. Jesus Mate, Luis Pena, both Milwaukee guys, both top 100. Florentino, Zaire Hope, Walker Jenkins, Hector Rodriguez, who we just picked up recently. Michael Arroyo, beast. So a lot of these guys are on the younger side, but they're all top 100 guys. Walker Jenkins, who, top 10, we'll see what happens with them. But, man, I'd love to have that. Carlos Littleganhe, as I mentioned, Andrew Painter, Peyton Tolle, Luis Perales. Some really good pitchers as well. Maybe not like super deep, but a lot of young good minors guys. He's really good at getting those young guys during the season. Some guys that kind of fly under my radar personally. So Bouchard, number 2. Number 3, no surprise, is Joey. We kind of talked about it a little bit. But yeah, Joey, as you mentioned, he's really focused on the youth. So, Max Clark for Derek Skubal. I doubt he'll be, oh my God, whatever. But he's got plenty of good young players. Edwin Arroyo, Cam Collier, Aiden Miller. Top guys, Bryce Rayner, Max Clark, 2 top guys for Detroit. Jose DePaula, Gabriel Gonzalez, our former guy, Emmanuel Rodriguez. He's a top 100 guy. Kafis, top 100 guy. So, plenty of top 100s. Moises Ballesteros. Those are top 100 type guys. And he's got young guys. I mean, in his lineup right now, Jackson Jobe or Chase Burns, right? All with minors eligibility. Then the pitchers, also really good. Like I said, again, Jonah Tong, Quinn Matthews, Johnny King, Gage Jump, Ixon Henderson, Blake Tidwell could be a guy. Obviously, I love Jack Wenninger, but we had to give him up for the trade. So Joey has young stars who could really turn into something. Especially these hitters, and they're on the cusp. They're like AA kind of. Maybe will make the majors start this year. So Joey, shout out to you for your minors. He is number 3. Number 4 is Zane, who has 9 top 100 guys, including 4 in the top 10. So, yeah, he doesn't have the most, but of the guys he has, they're 4 of the top 10 prospects in baseball, including Jordan Lawler, who's not even on there, Connor Griffin, consensus number 1, Kevin McGonigal, beast, Colt Emerson, beast, Sebastian Walcott unfortunately got hurt. Josh Baez, dog. I mean, even the guy Junaker Caceres, who is climbing up rankings. He's 18 right now. Spencer Jones, shout out LCC. So his hitters, he got 4 of the top 100 guys in all of minor league baseball. Connolly Early, he was a minors guy. Luis Morales, minors guy. But unfortunately, Noah Schultz is really the only. I mean, Brody Hopkins as well, but those are the only pitchers. He's only got 1, 2, 3. He's only got 5 minors pitchers, which I'd love to have a little bit more if I was him. But his hitters are, again, tops in all of minor league baseball. So shout out to Zane. Number 5 is Travis with 8. Talked about it a little bit, but going more in depth on it. Nick York, big name. Arjun Namala for Toronto, big name. Kevin Alcantara, Carson Bench, Lazaro Montes. He better hope that Lazaro Montes is the guy for that trade for Jordan. Esmerlin Valdez, maybe he'll be a guy. Hagen Smith, Robbie Snelling, I really like. Brandon Sproat. I mean, for Sproat to be a part of that Peralta deal, they must believe in him. So he's got some top guys. River Ryan as well. I liked him. He might be a guy. Rhett Lauder as well. another top 100. So, don't sleep on Travis. He does have some guys coming up in the wings. It's just a matter of when they're going to actually make the bigs. So, I like that. All right, moving on. Number 6, that is the commish, Nick Beach, with 8 top 100 guys. Nick has some guys on his minor squad that I don't really know much about. I'm sure he knows plenty about them. But yeah, a lot of like more power guys: Leo Bernal, Josue Briseño, Charlie Condon, Sal Stewart, Tamar Johnson, Tommy White, Josuar Gonzalez, really talented Eduardo Quintero, a bunch of former Dodger, current Dodger prospects, Mike Sirota, top 100 guy, Tink Hence, former top, Logan Henderson in that trade got Hunter Goodman. He's a dog. Let's see what else. I mean, Thomas White. He's amongst top prospects. People think he's going to be really good. So he's Nick's like prized minors possession really. So Nick's up there for sure with his prospects too. All right, number 7, ironically enough, is Noah, who is actually in the middle pack despite being amongst the lower end for all these other rankings. So for Noah, he's got 4 spots that he hasn't filled for no good reason, but he does have a couple of good guys. Travis Bazzana, obviously, one of the best young players out of Oregon State. Harry Ford, top guy. Tommy Troy as well. George Lombard Jr., Alex Freeland, Cole Carrig, Chase DeLauder. Those guys could definitely be some big hitters. Joran Hello, Seen Henje, can't pronounce that last name, I apologize. Again, top guy, can throw with both arms. People like that. People really like that. Ricky Tiedemann could be a guy for Toronto, but it's Trey Savage. That is really the cream of the crop for Noah's squad. Is he's got a guy who absolutely dominated in not just the playoffs but the World Series. So we'll see what he can do this year. He's probably going to get the ball, and I don't know, but yeah. Noah has top end guys. The Bazzanas, the Fords, the Savages. It's not a ton of depth on his team, but sometimes you only need one. All right, number 8 is us, the Bahds. We have 4 top 100 guys. Obviously, I love all of our minors players. However, they're not all top 100. Alfredo Duno is in there. I believe Nate George is in there. Angel Janao. And then we have Harlan Susanna, who is our lone other top 100 guy, I believe. Otherwise, this has kind of been our strat all the time, is to use our minor slots to hoard major league guys and then promote them when they're ready. So a Clayton Beater, Ryan Weiss, Cody Ponce, and Foster Griffin. We're all going to promote them and or cut them, and then we'll fill it up with other guys that might crack the top 100, right? You look at our minor squad, there's guys that I like, that we like, Connor and I both like, but they're not going to be top 100 just because that's the way the cookie crumbles. At our hitters, Duno, dog. We picked him up. Great. Caro, again, a dog, like one of the top at his position. Clifford, same thing. Again, all these guys we have, they're tops at their position and also top 100 according to other, so like Baseball America or Fangraphs or all these other websites. They're not MLB top 100, but they're top 100 according to a bunch of prognosticators, right? Kemp Alderman, a guy that could get time. Zach Cole, huge OPS guy last year, had a bunch of dogs. George Valera, same kind of thing. They could be guys. Christian Moore, he was a top first-round pick. He was our first-round pick in the first-year player draft, so, hey, we'll see. I like Sam Antonacci. I like him. We almost dropped him the other day because we wanted to pick up Didier Fuentes. We'll see. Nate George, top 100 guy. Andrew Salas, that was our first-year player draft guy. He's still 17, 18 years old, so he might be a guy. Aaron Estrada for Baltimore. Again, all these guys are amongst, guys in their top percentage who have both, homers and stolen bases in average and low walk rate. So, they can play. So we'll see. I mean, and when guys get promoted, like Ponce and Griffin and Weiss and Beater, like we're gonna fill them up with other guys that we have stars on, who I will keep in my back pocket. I will not tell you about, but yeah. Again, I wish our guys. I wish we had more top 100 guys personally, but like a Culpepper, didn't have to trade him, but. We did what he did, and I'm always on the. I'm always looking around. I'm always checking the boards and stuff. So like, I have no doubt that we'll pick up guys as we go along here. All right, number 9 is Tommy. Yeah, Tommy has not been super lucky with his minor slots. Marcelo Mayer, great talent. I think he'll be a guy. I like Blake Burke. He just picked him up. Yostinson Garcia. Again, he'll be a guy. Nelson Rad, I wanted him. He's already a AAA at the age of 20. Could be a guy. We'll see. Ken Caminiti, dog. Keenan Dana, might be a dog. Michael Ferret, people like him. Robert Gasser, former Padre guy. Chase Petty, Travis Sikora. There's talent there for sure, and he kind of uses our approach a little bit too with Grant Taylor, who's likely, he still has eligibility, but he's likely going to run out of that very quickly. Same with Jack Perkins. Jackson Wiggins, people are high on him. So I like his pitchers as well. Trey Gibson, I've seen a lot about him. People really like that. Alex Clemmy, same thing. So I think that's definitely a plus for Tommy is his pitching. His hitting, though, I think maybe could use a couple of guys. Or maybe it's a little bit more balance. But either way. Number 10 is T-Flow with 3. So, there's some names on here I've actually never even heard of. And Caleb Culpepper, our former dog, we had to get rid of. Jefferson Rojas, we've heard of. Drew Jones, another guy, top pick. He's got that name, right? Ethan Salas. I would still hold on to him, but I'm not thinking that Salas could be anything really. Excuse me. Cash Mayfield for the Pods, maybe a guy. Nolan McLean is really the star of T-Flow's roster. Nolan McLean, is he going to start this year for the Mets? Maybe so, maybe not. I don't know. Waldrop, now he's hurt. He also doesn't have minors eligibility anymore. So, Lesko, former Pod guy. Noel Mayer, maybe. Takeo Roby, I liked him. He was in Double-A. I don't know. So we'll see. We'll see. Maybe Sasaki gets optioned. I don't know. I'm not sure. Yeah, Brandon Montgomery, he's good. But a lot of fat for T-Flow that probably needs to be trimmed here. Like guys that maybe were has-beens, but I don't know. Either way, number 11 is Mark with 2. And Nate also has 2, but I think I like Mark's overall minors more, and I will tell you why. So, looking at Mark's team, Carter Jensen. Oh my gosh, I love this guy. Dude has power. He hit at the major league level. He's a catcher. He's going to get time. He just will. Looking at the rest of the squad, though, Frank Canarias, a lot of his hitters are really young, 18, 19. He's got Leo DeVries, who he's a top 10 guy. So, former Padre guy. Bo Davidson, he got him. I liked him. Top 100 according to some people. Luke Adams, another top guy in the Milwaukee system. Max Anderson, a top guy. Trey Morgan, remember, he was top 100 back in the day. Kendry Churio, I should have got that. He's 18. But his pitchers aren't amazing. Cal Steven I've seen. Sean Sullivan I've seen on top lists, but not a ton of high guys. But he does have Leo, and that's something. That's why I rated him above Nate. Because Nate, again, 4 open slots, and again, employing just some absolute bums. Like, Eggy should not be in anyone's roster. There's no shot, brother. either way, he has Bryce Eldridge, who is among tops. Ralphie Velasquez, some good players. Those guys are good. I have noticed Dante Nori, James Tibbs, like they might be guys. I don't know. Ben Joyce as well. I mean, Ben Joyce, 104 miles an hour fastball, so that's not nothing. And Craig Yoho, I love him, but he is not going to get a shot at the major league level, unfortunately. So either way, that has been the top minor league systems in the league. All right, moving on. Top off-season moves. We will go over those, and we'll talk about trades, and then we'll talk about the rest of it here. So the top off-season moves. I did a combination. This is from Mark's squad of Griffin Jax and Garrett Clevenger. He basically cornered the market on whoever's going to be the next Tampa Bay closer. He said, well, if it's not going to be Jax, it'll be Clevenger, and if it's not Clevenger, it'll be Jax because Uceda's hurt. Maybe it'll be Uceda. I don't know. I rate that as the number one offseason move because you know that Tampa's they're going to move into a new ballpark, so they're going to have better pitching metrics, all that stuff. Will they be winning more games? I don't know, but I like it. There's a hole, and he was able to get both of them. So shout out to Mark. Number 2, Riley O'Brien, another good pick. He's got minors eligibility. I would use that to put him in the minors and bring him up if he gets the closer job. We'll see. That's my number 2. Number 3, Luis Garcia Jr. We all should have got that. The guy's going to get 300 points. He's going to get starts at second base for Washington. That is going to happen. He was successful last year. I don't know why we didn't get him. I mean, we don't have second base eligibility, but he's young. Garcia's young. He hits. He's got some pop. I liked it. I don't know why anybody didn't jump on that. Number 4, Junaker Caceres. Good minors pickup. He's a young guy. People are really high on him. Should have got that. We probably had some room for him. Alas. And same thing with Bo Davidson, another minors John that we didn't pick up in time. We should have bought that, but Davidson, a guy from the Giants farm system, who he's a top 100 guy in some leagues, so love that. All right, now let's go over some of the trades from that we've been kind of discussing throughout the pod that happened in the offseason in the league. We'll get to our trades last, our number 1 trade last, but we talked about it. Michael McGreevy for Jason Adam from us. It was a total lateral move. From our perspective, it was like, well, we got McGreevy. He's young. Is he going to be a guy? I don't know. There's a lot of competition in St. Louis for roster spots. I think he'll get the spot. I mean, he was a former, top 100 guy. But we need relievers. We have too many starters. And so we're like, all right, maybe Jason Adam, maybe he'll be a guy. Maybe he'll do something for us, right? And we can put him in IR and bring him up. Who knows? That was our thought. All right, and then Jonathan Aranda for Dalton Varsho. Varsho in the outfield, Aranda at first. Nick needed outfield eligibility, needed outfield depth. I guess I like it for him, especially with the Santander injury. So Varsho is likely to play center a lot. Hits homers, he was really good, and despite being hurt last year, not playing. Aranda will be solid as well. He's a corner infielder. I thought it was a pretty even trade. I think I liked it. We'll see if Varsho gets all the starts. I think he will, but you never know. You never know what could happen with him. The second trade, Hunter Goodman and Logan Henderson for Jackson Holiday. Now, the dynasty value for Holiday is certainly there. He got hurt. I don't know. I thought this was a little bit fleecy for Nick. Hunter Goodman, one of the best catchers in fantasy baseball. He plays in Colorado. I think he's likely to be a star. A former BAHD draft pick that we let go because he ran out of eligibility and wasn't good. Last year turns a corner and starts mashing, hits 30 homers, right? Logan Henderson, dog, could be an ace. I mean, we'll see if he makes the roster, right? Because there's now more competition in Milwaukee. But for Jackson Holiday, who struck out a ton, didn't always start, had bombs, but he's so young, unproven. I don't know. There's a lot of risk with this one, and I thought Nick came out on the other side more so than than Newman. But we'll see. Maybe Holiday becomes a franchise guy. And maybe Henderson gets hurt or Hunter Goodman regresses. I don't know. I thought Nick should have thrown in at least a prospect or two for this haul. But that's just me. I digress. Speaking of Newman trades, Anthony Santander for Carlos Estevez. That was the greatest trade ever. I mean, we'll see if Estevez is a guy this year and next year. But Santander getting hurt. I don't like when players get hurt, especially because Santander was a part of our original plan. But it's so nice when we get on the other side of a deal like that to get Estevez. Finally, we get a closer who gets saves. Even if he's not like the most amazing closer ever, I like the deal a lot for us. I thought it was solid. I wouldn't redo it if I could try. So anyway, as we're starting to wrap up here, some final thoughts. Some fantasy dark horses I got for you. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 6 of them. We might have to take these off because we're going to try and claim. But Dominic Canzone, Dean Kramer, Jared Triolo, Chase Dollander, Reed Detmers, Adrian Hauser. So I guess we'll start with the hitters first. So Dominic Canzone and Jared Triolo. Canzone, I saw live, called multiple of his home runs when he played for the Missoula Osprey in Missoula in Montana. Guy plays outfield for the Mariners. He could be a guy. I mean, there's a Rosarena, there's Victor Robles in right, and obviously Julio Rodriguez is going to play center. Canzone could carve away from himself with that platoon type situation. He hits for pop. He's an interesting one. I've kind of thought about it. I'm not going to lie. For his outfield eligibility, maybe Robles isn't a guy. I like Robles. I mean, he doesn't K that much. He steals bags. He hits for average. So we'll see. We'll see what Canzone can do. I kind of like that. Triolo was really good in the later ends of the year. So in August and September especially, he was averaging over 2 a game. His August was on fire. He had an amazing August. Likely going to get starts at third base now that Ke'Bryan Hayes is gone. And, there's more competition, but that lineup is also going to be better. And so I like that. It's not going to be a depleted lineup. It's a lineup that has been boosted. Plenty of new bats, plenty of new base runners, etc. So I like Triolo. I mean, I think he's not really being talked about right now. I think he's going to get some starts and he's going to get some chances to drive in guys. So he's up there. Now, in terms of our pitchers, we got Dean Kramer, Dollander, Detmers, and Hauser. I love Hauser. He's a guy. I mean, that sinker is incredible. Playing for both the White Sox and the Rays last year. When he got to the Rays, he played like absolute garbage. But the Sox, he was getting 20-point games, which I loved personally. Now he plays in a very pitcher-friendly environment in San Francisco. NL West obviously is hard, but playing on the road. But I like Hauser. I think he's got good enough stuff. The question is, will it always be there? I don't know. I like it though. To be honest, I kind of want to bring him back, but I can't do it right now. Can't pull the trigger right now. So we'll see. Reed Detmers, former reliever. High K guy. He's always been a high K guy. That's why I liked him. I mean, we had him for a smidge last year. He got a couple saves, a couple wins. But he's always going to go inning with 2 Ks. So that's kind of his line. Maybe he'll give up a hit or a walk here or there, right? But he's got electric stuff. Now he's going to go back to being a starter. That's enticing. I'm not going to lie. It's enticing. He's projected to get around like 9.34 a game or something like that. I'm like, that's not bad. It's not bad. So Detmers for the Angels. I don't know. The issue is that when he started last, he got shelled. His ERA ballooned. And so the question is, maybe he's just more of a reliever. I don't know. I think they should make him closer, personally. But then they went out and got closers, so it's like, all right, well, let's put him back in the rotation. I don't know. All right, last two is Dean Kramer and Chase Dollander. Kramer, again, I think he's had success. He's had the 20-point games for Baltimore. Baltimore is retooled. They're going to look really good this year. I like it. That's a dark horse. Like he could pull it together, and he's got a good offense. So I like that too. Dollander. They're saying there's like some mechanical thing he changed this winter. They also have new management. I mean, Dollander was a bod draft pick of ours. We had to cut because he was just god awful. But he's a high K guy. He could throw heat. He's got good stuff, and you got to wonder if that mechanical change may do some. Can you do something for me? Like maybe it does something for him. I just think a guy with that sort of pedigree, with that sort of stuff, I think, he might be a guy away from Coors. We will see. Remains to be seen. All right, final thing we'll get into tonight is the Bahds tier list. So I posted this on Twitter. I was just kind of messing around, but there's all these tier lists that have been coming out lately, and going kind of through it. The first one, Bahd tier. Then we got the Tom Brady tier. We got the S tier, which is just solid guys, not franchise guys, but not bum tier. We got the K Botto legend, i.e. Cody Ponce. We got the bounce Bahds. That means the guys who were hurt, due for a bounce back this year. The has-bods or the has-beens, who are guys that are like household names, but were just garbage last year. We have the Dear God, Please Get a Save tier. Then we got the former prospects who we can't say goodbye to, and then the KBO hoes. So, top guys, Perdomo, Baldwin, Marcy, Cameron, Simpson, Pajes, and Dalen Lyle. Oh, they're all dogs. They're going to be amazing this year. I'm excited. They're young. They're great. They're bots. Then we got Freddie Freeman, the ageless wonder. He's going to be, a 3-point, 2.5, 3-point guy a game. Love him. He's our dog. All right. Then we got the S tier. These are just like dogs. A little bit older, like Kyle Schwarber. He's going to be a 500-point guy, 400-point guy. Contreras, Buxton, Alonso, Adames, Pivetta, all on the wrong side of 30, but they're going to be good. They're going to be good for a couple more years, too. Then we have the non-franchise guys, the David Peterson, Matt Boyd, Giolito, Waka, Estevez, and Ernie Clement. Like, they're going to be solid players. They're going to be around 9 to 10 points a game for pitchers and, over 2 for Clement. I like it. We need these guys. They're rotation. They're going to get us points. And we need them. We can't all have the top. We can't have all bots. It's just not realistic. Then we have the bounce bods. Guys who were hurt last year, I think, are going to make a difference. Canning, I love it. I think he's going to be a guy. Adam, Holmes, Steele. I mean, mainly it's mainly Steele and Musgrove who I really believe in. Holmes, though, he's got K. He's K City. He's the mayor of K City, right? I like watching him play. The Hasbods, they piss me off. The Christian Walkers, the Simeons, the Nolas, the Striders, the Steers. It's like, oh my God, I know you guys are better than this. Play like you can. Obviously, Strider was hurt. Nola was hurt. You hope all these guys return healthy and can play. Beater, Rogers, and Romero. Please, dear God, just get a save. We need just give me one good closer. I'll take one. Just give me one of them to be good. Final couple tiers. We got Christian Campbell, Christian Moore. We got Carson Williams, and then George Valera. The main three are kind of fit these perfectly, but can't get rid of Christian Campbell. He was a top 5 prospect in baseball before last year. Christian Moore, again, a top guy. Williams, top guy as well. Valera mainly like top in the Guardian system, but of all these guys, I'm most excited about Campbell. Campbell's retooled his swing. He's getting a lot of pop off it. I'm excited for him. I think he's going to make the roster. Will he play a lot? I don't know, but I think he's at least going to make the roster. So we'll see. The KBO hoes, of course, we got Weiss and Griffin. So I don't know. We'll see. Either way, that has been the third part of the BAHDCAST episode 2. I am exhausted. That was a lot of content. I appreciate you folks watching all of it. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Spring training underway. I'm excited. It's been fun reading box scores and watching games again. I love baseball. It's really become a true passion of mine again. So I'm excited. Yeah. And for the rest of the league, we're coming for you. The Bahds are coming for the chip here in 2026. Stay tuned for more podcasts coming up. Make sure to subscribe. Leave a comment if you want. If you want to be on the pod, let me know. I love talking Dynasty baseball. So we'll have another episode come out before the first year player draft with our thoughts on our first year guys. And yeah, that's all I gotta say. So thanks so much for watching. See you next time.